guys? I gotta make a joke real quick for Gabe. Gabe's amazing, man. Him and Tanya, they give me a bunch of clothes for ZJ because they have kids too. And ZJ saw Gabe one time because he came here for a Saturday training, and kids are curious, and he's like, he's got all these clothes. He's like, who gave me these clothes? I'm like, it's Gabe. He said, oh, he's the one with the big shiny head? I swear, I'm not making it up. He really said it. It was like, I hope that didn't hurt your feelings, Gabe. But yeah, so look, last month in March, I did 10 by 2,900, and obviously this month, 26 by almost 14,000, and a lot of people would say that's illogical. Like, it's impossible to go from 4 directs to 21 directs in a month. That doesn't really make any sense, and I think a lot of times we get too obsessed with the numbers, and I'm going to talk about this before I go into my presentation because this is quick. If you like, there's a saying: the most illogical thing you can do is always think logically, right? Like, for example, when they were trying to create planes, right? The U.S. government spent a lot of time and money and energy into creating a plane, and they couldn't do it. They said, this is impossible, there's no way. 2 bicycle mechanics, the Wright brothers, were able to make it happen. And they asked them, like, hey, after they figured out, like, how did you guys do this? And they said, we didn't know how. We just knew we were going to, right? So, same thing with us. So a lot of us, we have low numbers really because of self-limiting beliefs. And the reason I know that is because we're way too skillful, right? We've been in the business for a while. We know the presentation. We know how to close. But our self-limiting beliefs are literally stopping us from going any higher than we have been. And it becomes a habit of thought. And a habit of thought, obviously, it's habitual. Like, if I asked you, when you get ready in the morning, which sock do you put on first, you probably can't answer me. But there is a specific order you take. You just don't realize it because you do it the same way every day. And it's the same thing. If I ask you, hey, do you have self-limiting beliefs? You'll probably say, no, I don't. But you do, because there's no other way. There's no other way. Otherwise, your numbers would be higher. So, it's kind of like I have a sister, and she used to have a eating disorder. And when someone has an eating disorder, you have to force feed them. You have to make them eat. Otherwise, they're not getting proper nutrition. It's the same way. You literally have to force your mind with positive thoughts until it pushes all of the negative ones out. And I read something in a book one time by Joe Dispenza, and he said, in order to change, you have to be so conscious of your unconscious thought that you would never become unconscious to that thought ever again. And that's exactly what you got to do. So I've done a lot of self-developing recently. I was fasting over the last 40 days in March, and I think that had a big part of this, so glory to God. But I'm going to talk about getting clients through Facebook. Obviously, we had a really big recruiting month, but I did like 6,000 in premium just from Facebook. So I'm going to talk about that. So this is where you're going to want to go. So there's this friends thing at the bottom right here, and you're going to want to start with your current friends before you start adding new people. All right. So go to your friends, go to your friends, and then you can sort it. So when you sort it, this is going to pop up, and you can click oldest friends first. All right, and then this is the message that you're going to send. So everybody can take a picture. This is the message that you're going to send. And you'll notice this isn't like a crazy message. Like, I'm not coming up with something insane here. This is the message I send to people. You can only send 50 a day. You can only send 50 a day. So, if you have 500 friends on Facebook, it'll take you 10 days. Do this while you're adding new people. So you send this message, and then to find new people, what you're going to do, like, it's kind of hard to find sometimes, but as you're scrolling down, like on Facebook, you'll see this section, and it says people you may know. And so you're going to click see all, and it's going to pop up all these people. And these are people that you can just add. And so some things that I look for when I'm adding new people is number one, macho. I want to look for people that are married, like they fit our demographic. Married, 25, 55, children, homeowner, occupation. You also want to find a niche. My niche right now is, on Facebook specifically, is blue collar business owners, because I come from blue collar. So that's kind of what I've been looking for. In fact, all of the clients I've gotten this month are from that. They own a landscaping company or a roofing company or a construction company or something along those lines. You could do nurses, you could do athletes, you could do whichever. You also want to make sure you have mutual friends, because Facebook will actually, like if you only have one mutual friend or none, a lot of times they'll prevent you from adding them. Like it'll say can't send requests because they're like, hey, you don't know this person. So you want to look for people with mutual friends, and you also got to be active, like posting every day. Posting on your story, because when you add somebody, you want them to be able to look at your page and see what you're talking about, what's on your story, and then you go through their friends. Now some people, they block their friends list so you can't see it, right? I don't know why they do that, but add their friends, because then it's going to create more mutuals. The more mutuals you have with the person, the more likely they are to respond. Increasing your response ratio. You want to post 3 times a day on your feed, just random things. For me, I talk about life insurance and retirement planning, obviously, so it'll be different things: group life insurance, cash value life insurance. Maybe I'll talk about TSPs, I'll talk about 401ks. Also, you want to post on your story 3 to 5 times a day, and this is really big. When you add somebody and they add you back, you want to like their posts, and you want to comment on it like, hey, you have a beautiful family, or oh wow, this is super cool, or whatever it is. So that's all I've got for Facebook, but there's so I was telling Samir this yesterday, there's so many clients out there that are looking for us, and Gabe was talking about this as well. Like it's literally just everywhere. Like when I message these people, like they want me to meet with them. And there's money everywhere. I was picking my son up from daycare yesterday, and I seen a truck outside, and he owns a tow company. I walk up to him, and he's like, man, I've actually been looking for a financial advisor. I'm like, cool, let's meet next week. I'm gonna go to his house. Kids are gonna hang out, right? Like there's just money everywhere. So you got to keep that in mind, because if you tell yourself like, oh, it's hard to find clients, I can't find anybody, nobody wants to talk to me, no one is gonna want to talk to you, right? So that's what I've got for you guys. Thank you.